Alright, time for some solo gathering in the roads of Avalon. And I thought about maybe I should just be using the cursed staff instead of the battle axe. The item power is actually not very different, but I would think that I will do way much more damage with the cursed staff than with the battle axe to stronger targets. And if I use Cursed Tar and Cursed Beam, I will also be very well on the way to kill groups of mobs. So, and it shouldn't really make a big difference for me being able to survive anything, because if I lose my transport ox, I will just be dead anyways, no matter what happens. Likewise, I may just as well test the cursed staff. It's also equally as expensive, 115k for a tier 7 cursed staff, 119k for a battle axe. I don't know if my tank here will be good enough to actually kill, what's it called, aspects. I'm not sure about that one, but maybe. I will be tankier. I will have the minus 12% current health, max health as well. So the insanely big mobs will be way less tanky this way. So I don't know, I'm just going to test it, and in this case I'm also going to take roast pork with me always, so I'm always ready to kill some ancient mobs or aspects, if I'm actually strong enough for it. Maybe I won't be strong enough for it, but we'll see. We'll see. I will have a little bit less healing, of course, because no mercenary jacket. Maybe having no mercenary jacket is actually too bad. Maybe the mercenary jacket is actually necessary. There will also be tankier. I will heal a lot from my roast pork. Who knows? Like, I'm really curious. So I still need my beautiful orcs. So now I'm a tank again. I don't need a bag whatsoever. I need some pork pie and a little bit of roast pork. I think I would take a lot of roast pork with me, it doesn't matter. This stuff is so cheap. I may as well take a lot of this stuff with me. I also checked if a Shadow Caller on tier 6 will be as good as a Curse Staff on tier 7, but it isn't, because my levels are not that great for the Shadow Caller. I have like 40 or 30 more levels on the Curse Staff. So let's take 4 roast porks with me and pork pie. Let's take 5. So I can switch around. Do I want more journals? I probably do. Let's take 3 of each. Can't really go wrong with that, I think. Even the what's it called? The aspect that I killed, I think only did fill 3 journals. I think so. I think it only filled 3 journals. So let's go into the black zone. I may as well already equip the PvE spells. This W will be better for killing these groups of mobs. The E is really only useful for killing those aspects, I think, and ancient and old mobs. I should be able to kill all the old tier 8 mobs as well with this. So there is a 6.1 stone stack. I think I'm directly going for it. And I would like to check out the brown streets here in the west first for efficiency, but whatever. Whatever. Give me the big stack. Give me the big stone stack. Also, maybe I would want to kill those random roads mobs actually now, when I have a curse staff equipped. Because I should be quite a bit better at doing that now. Eat the pork pie, thank you. Alright, nobody touched this big stone stack. So it is mine. Running around like this kind of makes me feel like I don't want to check the whole map. But it makes me feel like just checking the gathering spots. I could do this as well. Just check the gathering spots and then go deeper. But I probably don't want to. I probably just want to gather the whole map. Because after all, I'm still not able to... I mean, I'm not willing to gather most of the tier 8 resources that I'm going to find. And I'm not able to gather any enchanted tier 8 resources. Which is definitely not optimal. I really want everything on tier 8. So I can gather tier 8 resources efficiently, even though there's going to be quite the big difference between being just level 1 on gathering tier 8 resources and being like level 60 or 70 with one tier 8 resource. Should give quite a big amount of gathering speed. Additionally to just being a tier 8 gatherer, having tier 8 tools. Which I already am for wood. Somebody has been killed near the dungeon. How am I going to clear this map? This ore area is so problematic. A dead end. If people find me there, I'm probably dead. I mean, I'm really tanky with my tier 7 tank gear. But now that I'm here, I probably also want to check everything around this blue chest. Let's do that. No resource mobs. Except these here. Boom, and they're dead. Right? They're not. Okay, this doesn't feel like more damage. This did not feel like more damage than with the battle axe. Which is interesting. Even though I really would believe that the curse staff should deal more damage. Whoops. Almost ran into this mob. Maybe it was just the crazy mercenary jacket doing the whole work. Who knows, who knows? Maybe it's just the mercenary jacket. How expensive are those tier 7 armors? 50k for the guardian armor? Because, you know, I could probably just carry a mercenary jacket around with me. Wouldn't really hurt. Could just have it in my inventory and use it for the situations where I'm actually dealing with strong mobs. It's just another 100k. It's not such a big deal. But I will see the next time that I run into an aspect. Because I'm going to try it. I'm going to try aspects with this gear here. And if this doesn't work, maybe I'll just run around with a mercenary jacket in general. It would make me way less tanky. On the other hand, it's really not that expensive basically to just have the tier 7 plate armor with me. Thinking about it from this perspective, like basically the mercenary jacket, okay, it maybe costs 100k or something, but then on the other hand the guardian armor being really cheap, just an additional 50k for more tankiness for escaping gangs, which did happen to me before I started recording again. So it already was very useful once. Really wondering about, is this curse staff really actually dealing more damage? I wonder. Because against these normal mobs here, I'm not too sure. I'm really not too sure about it. Let's look at this wood area. Nothing crazy. Can there be an old mob here up here in the north? Let me take a look. Does it look like a place? It doesn't. Was wondering if there could be something there that I would be missing if I didn't check like this. But it really doesn't look like it. Probably either here or here in the west. Resources and resource mobs will be. I don't think they will be to the side of the area. At least not the ones that I'm talking about. Because when I'm running around like this, I kind of want to find those ancient mobs. Even though I'm not sure if I'm strong enough to kill ancient resource mobs. The last time I've tried, they were too strong. I may need the mercenary jacket. Now I actually used my E. If I planned on using my E, I should have used it a little bit earlier, but I probably want to use my E when I only have a single resource mob. Should be faster. Should indeed be faster. How much damage does it deal? 1800. That's quite the number. All tier 6. That's not very valuable. But let's look at the damage. I'm interested in the damage. Oh, I actually want to switch my spells for this. Or do I? I kind of do. Like this, The other W sadly has a pretty bad anti-synergy with my E. So it feels like I'm killing this very fast. This kind of seems like it's better than the battle axe. I think I was a little bit more healthy with the battle axe because of the healing, but I think it took me much longer to take down such a thing. That's how I would. This would what I would be betting. That's what I'm guessing. Let's take all the tier 6 resources. I simply gather them so quickly with my tier 7 gear, with my tier 7 tools. And even tier 6 stone, I think, is worth it so far. It's of course much worse Then all the other tier 6 resources almost only half of the price. But still 680. And I did get such a beautiful Master Quarrier Tome. Estimated market value being 500k. I wouldn't expect it to be this valuable. I guess that it's actually a little bit worse in reality, but definitely still quite a nice addition to my loot. It's definitely going to help me out a bit. Oh yeah, single mob. Probably would have wanted to use my E a little bit earlier. I could have taken a look at how much damage I dealt. Because this didn't look like 1,000. Pathfinder Keen Mage. Shouldn't take very long to kill it, should it? Let's go with the E first. Let's see how much fame it gives. $50k fame. 4k silver. The silver is not very high. 50k fame. Oh, somebody took resource mobs here. That's not nice. That is really not nice. Oh god. Uh-oh. There's a person. And there's tier 6 stone. Oh. I do have competition here. Or somebody who's ganking. But somebody took tier 6 resource mobs of stone in the south. But not this piece here. Not this stack here. Weird. 2 people. Oh god. They are too strong. And they are gathering here. It looks like they are gathering an aspect. There's a... Is he in a group? I think I need to get out of this gathering area. 1v1 Wraith. This is... I mean 1v1 is Alliance. Wraith is a guild. I don't remember. I didn't look at the guild names of the people who are gathering in the area. But I would assume that they are together. I would assume this. And it looks like they killed an aspect. There were a few tier 7 resources in this area here, which I kinda would like to take. $5.2, kind of nice as well. Well, let's say pretty nice. Not only kind of nice. They were done with the aspect and then it teleported to the north? Is that how it is? Or were there 2 aspects? Maybe there were 2 aspects. I will very shortly see. Ah yeah, they're together. Same guild, same alliance. A curse staff, a dagger, a bear paws with a mercenary jacket. 3 people gathering. That's a lot. And that's not very nice. How much? I think my E did 760 damage. But I wasn't able to see the number. Wasn't there for very long. I think I'm just going to take the red ones. But maybe I should only take the small ones. Who knows? Oh. Tier 7 hide. How much damage? 645 only. That's not very much. Ooh, this is somebody else. And he's in a group as well. But he's only using tier 6 gear. Who is this? The damage. Look at the damage on my mount. I mean, sure, they are not using real ganking gear or something, but I mean, the bear paws dude in the north was, but still very funny how little damage they dealt. Since tier 8 curse staff actually hit me, you know? A tier 8 curse staff on cloth. Got 4 stacks on me. And I lost... Like, I basically only lost HP to him. And this must have been a lot of damage. If a tier 8 curse staff actually manages to hit you 4 times, that's a lot of damage. So are they leaving this now? Do I just want to go into different roads maybe? Maybe that's the call. Maybe that's the way to go. But where could I go? Let's go into the black zone. I think I'll just go into the black zone. Into meltwater sump. These guys are gathering for some reason. I mean, I can understand why. I have been finding quite a decent amount of resources in the roads so far. So why would they not gather? Definitely understandable. I've been getting pretty good profits and I'm not even on tier 8. Mostly. I only have 1 resource on tier 8. Maybe I should be killing these 2 mages. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. Hard to say. Fame is great. I would like to have higher levels. My helmet, my weapon, my boots. They're still not level 100. Which is pretty sad. I think this group just went out of this map. So I could basically just clear all the brown streets if I wanted to. I could do that. But I kinda would like to look at gathering areas in the roads, to be honest. So let's go into the black zone and take another roads portal. Running around in the black zone with an ox. This is really not that great. Ooh, a tier 7 resource. Oh, another tier... I'm stronger than this guy, right? I want this fiber. Ah yeah, I have a guardian helmet. I have a guardian helmet, he cannot win. But I will be overweight. Is he in a group? He's not in a group. He is not in a group. cannot win against me, but I also cannot win against him because he can run, I can't. I can actually not run. Oh man. Ox Gaming. It's too funny. So, 2 Rhodes bottles. And a medium chest in 19 minutes. And a hidden treasure. Give me this hidden treasure. How much silver? 13k. Pretty bad. There are resources here, but I do not really want to spend time in the black zone with an ox. Even though there are 0 to 5 people here in this map. I still don't want to spend time here. Unless I find something crazy, right? I mean 6.1 lying on the floor, I'll take it. I'll take it. Sure. But let's switch to energy before I forget it. But everything normal. Let's skip everything normal. 6.1 is not normal. I'll take that. I will take that. Okay, back to the roads. Hopefully with some gathering areas. Big wood stack 6.0. Do I want to ignore it? I could really ignore it actually. But let's slowly work my way towards the big wood area by going over the blue chest. Let's just be efficient right here. A little bit of efficiency. I really wonder if I'm killing those things faster than with the battle axe. I generally have higher levels on my cursed staff. Because I have more, like, side specs. Much more. But I do have some very similar IP. Probably because I have maybe a few more levels on the main weapon. My battle axe maybe above level 90 and the curse staff is only on 89. That may be the reason. For resin. So, is it 1 out of 30? No, it isn't. I could switch to 1v1 spells while I'm doing this. Because I'm not able to move, but I'm still kinda strong. What's better, dodge roll or healing? Probably healing against most. Just for the case if somebody ganks me with invisibility and is solo. Which could theoretically happen. It could theoretically happen. And I could win the 1v1. I'm really not that weak. Wait a second, here it is. Was just wondering about where is my other food. In this case I would want the other food. For sure, the pork pie doesn't do anything for me in a 1v1. It would be really funny if somebody ganked me solo with invisibility and died. Somebody died at the green chests. I mean, the roads of Avalon are pretty deadly. A lot of people die here. I do spend some time in the roads. And I definitely have killed a lot of people and have died a few times. Still wondering if the curse is dealing more damage to these random mobs here. It surely looked like I was dealing way more damage to the old mob. To the old resource mob. I'm not having crazy amounts of space in my inventory. Maybe I want to stop looting these bad treasures. Surely I will loot every golden treasure, every level 6 treasure. Or luxury god. But those tier 5 and tier 4 treasures are really not that crazily valuable. Let's be honest about that. They're stackable though. And usually I don't get to the limit of my carrying capacities. Oh. There's a dryad hiding. It's kind of handy to have a ranged weapon. So I can just lure these mobs towards me with standard attacks. Don't need to waste spells for that. 3 resource mobs at once. Actually, my teleport costs will be quite a bit higher now, since I've went away from the starting map. But it generally may be better to go a bit further away from these starting maps. There were, I don't know, maybe... So, in the last 3 or 4 months, I think there were like 4 or 5 starting map roads, let's say, where I have not found very much, while if those maps weren't starting maps, if they weren't so close to the starting area, to the town black zone portals, then perhaps, or not perhaps, then those maps usually had quite a few more resource mobs in them. Just generally. This was my impression. So it may be worth it to just go a little bit deeper. I could take the invisibility potion and just walk 1 map further as well. And go into the roads right there. Maybe that's the way to go, instead of doing it like this. Where I will perhaps need to go into the black zone again and then into the roads, which is probably on average more wasted time traveling through the black zone and through places that I don't want to go through. That's what I would assume. Really tanky. Really tanky. It basically doesn't feel like it's... Basically doesn't feel like I'm killing those faster with the curse stuff than with the battle axe. But maybe it's just looking like it. Maybe I'm mistaken. Very hard to say for me. I guess I would need to look at this video footage and compare it to video footage where I'm using the battle axe and stop the time with some kind of timer. I suppose that's the only way to figure it out. Very soon my pork pie is running out. I'm just going to eat it right now. Go, eat it. Why do I have cooldown? Probably don't want to do PvE. I mean, these trees are just tankier than all the other resource mobs. As I've figured out the last time in the roads. So maybe I'm really killing them a little bit faster in general, right now, on average. No enchanted resources so far, except the 5.2 tree in the big wood area. That one for sure was enchanted. Really missing some damage here. But okay, if I'm not using my standard attacks, then I don't have the max and current health reduced. Which is 12%, which is quite a lot. But I'm really curious about if I would be able to kill an aspect with this gear. Would be really funny. I would deal like 30%, I think 30% less damage. Because of the plate armor, leather armor difference. But then on the other hand, I do get 12% health reduction on anything that I use my standard attacks on. So at least a little bit of that is counted, let's say. How much tankier am I with the plate armor compared to a mercenary jacket? That's a big question. Because if I deal less damage, I will also heal less from my roast pork. I also don't have the mage cowl, which will be some additional healing, of course. As I used it when killing the tier 6 fiber aspect. These trees are so tanky. I really want to test this. Because I would very much prefer to not take 2 armors with me. Of course. It's another wasted inventory space. And I'm more expensive. And I also don't really want to be missing my guardian armor. It's so good for surviving gankers. I'm so super tanky. I have such high CC resistances. I have such high damage resistances. I definitely don't want to be missing a tank armor. A plate armor. Tier 5 bear. I mean, a tier 8 bear also wouldn't have been optimal. I don't think I would have gathered it, to be honest. It takes forever. Gathering a normal tier 8 animal with a tier 7 tool, I probably wouldn't have had the patience to actually take that. Crystal spider. Those things are really annoying. Even though this is not going to be a spider, it's a beetle. I could try soloing such things as well, but I was already struggling together with a friend using healer and stuff. So, probably not. These things are insanely tanky. Oh god. Don't run out of my stuff. Are you in the group? Yes, you are in the group. That's not nice. I guess I'm not gathering in this area then. Or maybe I am. Maybe he thinks I'm gone now. I will gather a little bit here on the side. He shouldn't know where I am, so if some time passes, maybe I'll be fine. But also, he was obviously a gatherer, so this area may just be completely empty. I probably should continue just to gather the brown streets, generally. Because a lot of people should be going into the areas, I would assume. I would assume so. At least this has been my experiences. Have been my experiences before I started recording going into the roads again. Beforehand, I've seen a lot of competition in the areas. Well, what a lot is an over-exaggeration, but like in the big areas, about 30 or 40% of the time, I've seen people who were either gathering or people who were trying to kill, or people who were doing both. And all of these things are bad for me, of course. Because even if they are just gatherers, they are taking away the resources that I also would like to take. You know what I really would like to find? An old 5.3 resource mob. Or even better, an ancient one. If I can kill an aspect with the tier 7 curse on mercenary jacket, I can probably also kill an ancient tier 5 resource mob with this gear. It really should not be stronger than an aspect. In theory. It wouldn't make sense if it was, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows about the balancing? I don't. So, is there anything interesting in here? I mean, I gather this stuff very quickly. How valuable is it? I got another book. 368, that's so bad. Holy. I got another gathering tome. I mean, I'm getting a very decent amount of loot today in this run. Even though I'm not really finding what I want to find, to be honest. But I'm definitely getting the loot. Just because I'm... Oh, I have 2 of them. That's why they are worth 500k. I got 2 Master Quarrier tomes. Oh! What the hell? Why am I getting so many? I mean, there have been very long times where I simply didn't get any. So sometimes you're going to be lucky and sometimes you're going to be unlucky, I suppose. But this is really funny. Actually, 3 tier 6 gathering tomes. That's a lot for just running around for 44 minutes. That's really a lot, and that's a lot of money, of course. Because I definitely didn't gather many resources yet. I definitely didn't get much money from gathering, just normally gathering resources. That's not where my money came from. That's 100% sure. But okay, if I got an additional 340 plus 500k It's definitely going to help my money per time. And sooner or later it's bound to happen anyways, I suppose. Let's actually go a little bit back so I can check out this whole brown street here. I think that's a pretty good idea. I think the brown streets are going to be very helpful. Those tier 6 resource mobs should just be valuable enough for me to spend my time with all those random brown streets. Maybe I should be using the other W. But probably not. How much damage is this? It's quite a lot. But this is also not too bad. 4 seconds. Each over 8 seconds. Does it deal damage only every 2 seconds? Probably this W for these mobs. Probably. I probably want the AoE damage. Where are the resource mobs? Where are they hiding? As I've already previously said, usually here at those lakes I usually found at least 2 resource mobs. Somebody took the robust hide. Almost to be expected when I consider that there has been somebody in this wood area. Maybe there are some Christmas holidays right now. And maybe this makes gathering here worse. Because maybe I do have slightly more competition than usual. This indeed may be the case. 3 resource mobs at once. Probably because it's a brown street that just nobody takes. I would guess that that's the case. Oh, I actually didn't use my W at all. Kind of forgot about it. Getting so many gathering tomes this run. So funny. And so valuable. But I honestly need the money. I really do need the money. Like eating these, even though eating is the wrong word for a book. But using these to gain fame is a really bad idea. I will get so much tier 6 fame because I'm going to get us so many tier 6 resources. They are going to continue being the main money resource, I think. I don't think that I will find a solo gathering method where I will just find so many tier 7 or tier 8 resources that the tier 6 resources are not going to be at least 50% of the whole loot, including journals in this calculation. It would really surprise me if what I just said wouldn't be the case. There is no real good way to check out everything of these brown streets. Oh, well, there's a somewhat decent way to do it. Just after I cleared everything around the green chests, I will check out this part at least. So I'm only missing very little. Not missing very much. What about the potentially higher teleport costs? Water Delta, Watchwood Bluffs. Maybe Watchwood Blast is not that terrible. I can take a look at the Meltwater Delta is where? That's not that bad. That's really close to Fort Sterling. Okay. Okay, I'm definitely going out towards Meltwater Delta to teleport home. That's really not bad. That's not going to cost very much. Totally fine. Wait a second. Are there resource mobs in the middle, or are there only these Avalonian mobs and bots? Are there resource mobs in the middle? I don't remember. Do I want to take a look? Do I want to take a little look if there are resource mobs? I think I'll take a look. I mean, I generally don't want to be there, because without my mount, I'm not going to feel very well in the middle. Are there resource mobs? No. Only Avalonian mobs. There's a dead person. With this gear, I probably could I definitely can easily clear these chests. Most of this chest is already cleared. Not very much is left. Let's quickly clear this stuff. Even these spots here are cleared already. Let's quickly finish this. I have some nice AoE damage. Just need to be careful about not losing my ox. Which would probably mainly happen by getting attacked by another player. Hmm. 14.5k. A blue chest. 14.5. A book. Some silver. Okay. Goodbye. Anyhow. The main worry in these situations is that I would not be attentive enough to the borders of my screen and not notice the some name, and then this person just sprints at me and uses some long range ability to hit me somehow, and then I lose my mount, and then I would need to throw away all the resources to have a chance for running away. I think I'm not going to skip this corner there. Let's quickly move a little bit towards the north. It's not such a long way. It's not such a big time waste. Is there anything? Nope. Too bad. But it's not such a big time waste. I may as well take a little look. And Meltwater Delta Portal is here. So, actually a pretty efficient route. I like it. Should have used my E earlier. Could have finished this much earlier. Okay. Going this way, this way, this way. Wait a second. No, I'm not. I'm going to take a different route. Oh, I didn't see this beautiful Mist Cougar, the best resource mob that I can find on the brown streets. Actually didn't see it. Good that I went too far to the south. So, I'm walking this way. I guess I'm ignoring a little bit. There's no good way there. Could ignore the blue dungeon and then have this random middle brown street there. Is this better? Probably better than the blue dungeon. Yeah. And then I will be done with this map. The super tanky trees again. Almost reduce. Actually, not almost. I think I'm actually reducing the HP with my standard attacks by 200. They do have 12% and they have almost 2k HP. 70 something. Oh, yeah. I gather those extremely quickly, right? I'm a good old tier 8 lumberjack. What's my level? Level 62 already. For tier 6 wood gathering. Really quick already. With tier 6 wood. So, the last part of this roads map. Then I have pretty much checked out everything. Sure, I've skipped a little tiny bit here and there. But that's probably more efficient than running the same way again and again. That would probably just be a time waste. Haven't been very lucky with the gathering areas today. But I generally also don't know if, let's say, how good they are, generally. SBI did change them a little bit. They do have higher respawn rates, which is great. But I haven't spent too much time in those gathering areas yet. So I probably don't want to prioritize them too much, only because I was lucky 1 or 2 times so far. I probably just want to go back to my old style of just taking the most efficient path, clearing almost all the brown streets that are in the roads map that I'm currently in. Just clear everything and check out the gathering areas just when it's actually efficient. Just take a natural path covering most brown streets. Surely I will want to prioritize the gathering areas, I think. Probably want to do so. Probably want to head towards the gathering areas first. And I usually should be able to do so as well, like... Don't think that there would be problems with that too much. Oh well, I probably would want to do it the way I did it in this map. I did gather the big stack first, and then went over the blue chest. I skipped a lot of Brown Street right there, which is kind of sad and probably pretty unnecessary. I'm not sure. 3 resource mobs at once. I like it. My E was probably pretty unnecessary. I mean, I'm taking less damage now, and I was waiting anyways for the tree to come close to me. Probably Probably just doesn't matter at all that I actually used my E there. Probably just didn't make any difference whatsoever. I mean, I really was thinking about maybe using the life curse staff or the shadow caller. Definitely any one-handed curse, so I can use a shield as an offhand. I do want the CC reduction and the damage reduction against players. So I'm really hard to dismount. Definitely still probably the highest priority. But as I said, I pretty much can relatively easily just take a mercenary jacket with me in my inventory for the case of finding some aspects. But maybe I don't want to do so. Right now, I'm not going very deep. Right now, I'm usually relatively valuable when I run into aspects. So I probably want to do it like the last time that I found the aspect. I probably just want to play normally. Don't do anything crazy. And when I find an aspect that I want to kill, so basically every aspect except tier 6 stone, I would just teleport home, equip different gear, come back and kill it. With minimum equipment. So if I get ganked while doing the aspect, I can just die in peace without losing much. I mean, last time I was risking, I think 4 or 500k silver when I was doing it. When I'm running around like this, I'm worth more than 1 million because my tools are so expensive. My tools are more expensive than the equipment that I'm using. I think maybe they are exactly the same. Could be 200, 300, 400, 500, 550, no. They are actually more expensive. My tools actually being more expensive than my equipment. I wonder if this has already happened to me in the past on the NA server. But I don't think it did, because I was almost always using relatively expensive mounts. At least a settled wild boar, combine this with tier 8 gathering gear, and you're already at like 700k or something. Those hidden treasures on the roads definitely give quite a bit more silver than those in tier 5 black zones. For some reason. So I guess this is going to be the end of the run. Do I still want to take roast pork with me? Probably yes. So even though I'm never finding ancient resource mobs, basically. If I'm never finding ancient resource mobs, teleporting only costs 36k silver, nice. Anyhow, if I'm never finding ancient resource mobs because I'm not going deeper into the roads, do I even need to take roast pork with me? Maybe I would have trouble killing tier 8 old resource mobs. And I'm pretty sure these can spawn in... I'm pretty sure the old tier 8 resource mobs can also spawn in these Roads of Avalon maps that are just right at the Black Zone entrance. You know, I mean, there are Roads of Avalon maps that are deep Roads of Avalon maps that do not have any portal that leads outside to the Black Zone, Blue Zone, Red Zone, or whatever. And I have definitely seen tier 8 resources in starting maps, in starting roads maps basically. So there must also be the possibility for all tier 8 resources, all tier 8 resource mobs to be there. So I've actually made more than 2 million per hour, 2.34 in 1 hour and 5 minutes or something. But only because I found 3 gathering tomes. But I mean, hey, this is going to happen when. I didn't get any enchanted resources or a lot of hide or anything. So besides these tomes, I was very unlucky, I would say. Maybe I wasn't unlucky, maybe it's average, who knows. So these tomes definitely saved the profit per time rate.